Just to give some context, I wrote this script back when the Bucks were up 2-0 in the conference finals. So yeah, you can see this is kind of bad timing from my part, but I think I'm bringing interesting points here, so stick with me, okay? The title of best player in the world is currently up for grabs. The first name that comes to mind after LeBron James has shown signs of slowing down is Kevin Durant. He has been a well-established player in the NBA for over 10 years now. He has championships under his belt and hasn't averaged less than 25 points per game since his rookie campaign. However, one other name that has popped up basically out of nowhere the past couple of years is Giannis Antetokounmpo. His numbers are amazing, especially for a 24-year-old, basically unprecedented in the modern age of basketball. His style of play is unique. To say he's athletic would be a disrespectful understatement. Here's a comparison between the two. I will not divide it by sections or award points as I have previously done on this series. This video will go over the most important aspects of the game and get into more depth than most sports analyses usually do. Also, I won't compare accolades since Durant has an undeniable advantage there. He has been in the league way longer than Giannis at the end of the day. Let's begin. Let's start with scoring since it's the main strength of both players. We know what Durant is going to bring to the court every time he steps on it. He had a streak of 78 consecutive games with at least 20 points scored. For the last 6 seasons, he has held an effective field goal percentage above 56%. Last season, he shot over 53% from 2-point field goal attempts taken further than 16 feet from the basket. Analytics experts don't encourage players to take these kind of shots, but for the Slim Reaper, these are great high percentage attempts. Most stars slow down in the playoffs due to tighter defenses that are customized to stop the opposing team's best player, but not KD. He has led the postseason in points per game 4 times. Although his shooting percentages overall do suffer, his true shooting percentage is still above the league's average. Now for Giannis, we have of course less to work with. His only elite level seasons have been the last 2, but that's still enough. In 2019, he averaged 30.4 points per game on 64% true shooting percentage. That is higher than Durant's during his MVP season. Last year, he made 77% of all the shots he took within 3 feet of the basket. That's a more efficient rate than Shaquille O'Neal's career average. In the first round of the 2018 playoffs, he had multiple 30-point games, shooting very efficiently against the Celtics, who, by the way, had the number 1 ranked defense in the league at that point. Intuition may suggest that Durant is a way better scorer, but stats show us that they might be closer than we think. Last season, Giannis collected a greater amount of offensive win shares than Durant, but he had a way worse offensive box plus minus. Their offensive rating was identical. When it comes to grabbing offensive rebounds, there's not much comparison at all. Giannis grabs 2.5 more than Durant per 100 possessions. At distributing the ball, you could make an argument that Antetokounmpo can be more careless with it than KD, since the Bucks forward tends to have a higher turnover percentage and a worse assist to turnover ratio, which makes sense given that Giannis is asked to be more of a point forward generally. Durant has 6 50-point games, while Giannis just had his first and only one earlier this year. Let's make the transition to defense now. These guys play hard on both ends of the floor. That's what makes them special and worthy of comparison. Giannis did something spectacular this past year by practically doubling Durant's highest defensive box plus minus season. The two have similar steal and block percentages, although Giannis averages more steals and blocks per 100 possessions. On rebounds, Antetokounmpo takes the cake again. Durantula has never averaged more than 8.3 rebounds per game, while the Bucks forward has already done it 3 times. He has had a way better total rebounding percentage and averaged 4 more rebounds per game during the 2019 regular season. The Greek Freak has also been collecting defensive win shares at a higher pace than Durant for the last couple of years. Both players are without a doubt some of the most athletic, skilled, and talented sportsmen we have ever seen. By analyzing their numbers, playing styles, and accolades, we can draw some conclusions. 1. Antetokounmpo is most likely the better defender of the two, and his future is extremely bright, but Kevin Durant is just a more complete and skilled player. You can make the case that he is a top 3 scorer in the history of the sport, so when you give thought to the fact that he's a high IQ defender at all times as well, it becomes increasingly harder to argue against him. The title of best player in the world is up for grabs. Let's see who wants it more. So that's it. I know KD is injured and Giannis lost against Kawhi and the Raptors. Let me know who you guys think is better overall. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.